Welcome back to We Never Learned the Rules in this episode 17 of our Masks of Nyarlathotep campaign. My name is Brendan, I am the Keeper, and I am joined here by Evan and Anna, who are playing Roni McMurray and Trixie Carnahan. Last episode, Roni and Trixie met with Bradley Gray, the lawyer and assistant to Erica Carlyle, the sister of the supposedly, allegedly late Roger Carlyle. Through some good rolls and showing off of some potential evidence, they intrigued Bradley Gray enough to set up a meeting with Erica to talk about whether her brother might actually be alive or not. On a sadder note, they also went to Jackson's funeral, where they met Rebecca Schosenberg, a reporter for the New York Times who is researching and investigating into Hilton Adams, the man who the police and Justice Department of New York currently believe were responsible for the previous murders that Jackson is now the most recent victim of. That sentence was all over the place. We ended the episode with them getting ready to head over to Erica Carlyle's mansion, and that's right where we're going to pick up on this episode 17 of Masks of Nyarlathotep. The two of you are in Trixie's Tesla Pen 15 as it drives you towards Westchester County, about half an hour north of New York City on the Hudson River. Both of you
it's go. It's a real place.
What's that?
It's a real place.
Well, the county is.
Oh,
the mansion isn't. Roll me a spot hidden, both of you.
We've been followed. I fail. I'll let you all down.
Never.
Should have rolled better. Should have worked harder at rolling.
That's a 4.
Ayo.
As you're driving along, Trixie, you see a large prison on the banks of the Hudson. And with your roll, you recognize it vaguely as the Sing Sing Correctional Facility. But before you know it, it has passed out of view as you continue along the roads. And after a half hour passes, you arrive at what can only be described as a palatial manor. The Carlyle estate is immaculately groomed, and even though it has a bit of an old world feel to it, it definitely has been updated and kept up with the times in terms of technology and security features and the like. Your car comes up to the main security gate, and a guard comes up to your window, knocks on it.
Hello. I'm going to roll it down. Roll down the window. Hello.
Identifications?
Yeah, I start rummaging in my purse. I'm Trixie Carnahan, and did Kyle come with us?
Did Kyle come with you? Do you want Kyle with you?
I suppose we do, right?
Yeah.
Well, maybe, he wasn't there for that meeting, so it probably wouldn't be wise to bring him.
Yeah, no, we don't bring him.
Okay. Kyle's just back at home.
Yeah. And this is my colleague, Roni McMurray.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to hold out my driver's license, I guess.
Okay. Roni.
Do I have a driver's license that has my real name on it is the question.
Do you have a driver's license with your real name on it?
And roll for it. That's yes, I do.
Okay. So you both pass over your identifications. The guard looks at it and waves you through. Go ahead and park up at the front door. Someone will come by to move your vehicle to a more appropriate place. And heading up, you go up a long gravel driveway, hemmed in on either side by large hedges. And as you kind of crest up over a hill, you see the Carlyle estate warmed in a bath of glowing golden light. There is a fountain at the front that kind of shoots water up and out. And you see Bradley Gray waiting for you on the front steps of the house.
Okay, I will. Well, I guess it's a self-driving car. I'll still hand over my keys to. I assume that there's like someone there to take it.
A valet comes up and takes it.
So hand it to him and head over. I am going to bring my bag with me that has more notes in it and everything.
I'm wearing my glasses, the recording glasses, and I'm just literally trying to get a look at everything.
All right, you come up to Bradley and yes, so glad you two made it on time. What are you wearing, Ronnie?
I'm back in my old suit.
And he looks at you and he's a little taken aback by your new attire. He's not quite sure whether he should comment on it or not. And please come inside. Erica is waiting for you in the study.
Follow him in.
Yeah.
All right. He walks you through the house. Everything is kind of paneled in hardwoods. It's just a rich looking place. Marble floors, expensive paintings on the wall.
A chandelier?
Sure, probably.
Evan's like, there has to be a chandelier. Rich people always have chandeliers.
They do. Right? As you walk in, you're like, wow. That's class.
That's class. Yeah. Is there anything
to steal? I'm just kidding.
Roll me spot hidden.
That's a failure.
Yeah, you see a few things. You look around. There's a clock on the wall. You see like a serving plate of pastries in the not the kitchen, but kind of the servants' hallway, kind of prepped to head out if they need it or not. You're like, yeah, I can steal those. Pocket pastries.
I sort of want to try to go for them. Are they like within reach?
They could be. Bradley's kind of walking in front of you.
I'm good. I'm not going to steal them yet.
Just totally fuck up this whole operation.
I'll get him on my way out.
As we're walking through the halls and everything, like I assume there's probably some like paintings on the wall and stuff like that.
Yes.
Are there any portraits of the late, air quotes, Roger Carlyle?
There is a painting of what you assume was probably the Carlyle family or maybe some of their relatives. You see an older man and a woman, older in the sense of middle-aged or so, and two young children, a boy and a girl.
Okay.
It could be Erica and Roger as children. It could be their grandparents and one of their parents there. You don't know, but it looks like a family portrait, a painting of it.
Do we have any knowledge of the history of the Carlyle estate? Like, is this where Erica and Roger's parents?
Roll me a history check, extreme difficulty.
Okay. So that's the smallest number.
Yes.
I really needed that 4 this time around. No, that's like a, what is that, Evan? An 88? 80?
Yeah, I got a 91. I've never even read a history book.
Though you ran a semi-historical podcast at one point, which is funny. So you don't know the estate definitely looks like it is old and it's been there a while. You would assume that it's been in the Carlyle family for a long time, but you don't know for certain.
Okay.
Is there anything else?
Not while we're walking to the study, I don't think. Nope.
Yeah, and the entire way, Bradley's kind of pointing things out, like statues and stuff. And yes, I just helped Miss Carlyle acquire that statue right there from the Egyptian...
Art Society.
Sure. I helped Miss Carlyle acquire that from the Egyptian Art Society. Quite a fine piece, yes. Just exquisite use of color and motion, just... beautiful. And it's just kind of that useless, inane chatter of someone making small talk. And before you know it, you're at the study and he opens the door and gestures in. Miss Carlyle, I have Beatrix Carnahan and Ronald McMurray here to see you. And stepping inside, you see a woman a little younger than you, Trixie, probably in her early 30s, late 20s. She is dressed in fine clothes, not really like a ball gown or anything, more of a just expensive like, I don't know, what would a billionaire woman wear to a random meeting in the middle of the night? I have no idea. She's a businesswoman, but I seem to put every woman in this campaign into a pantsuit.
Yeah, maybe. No, she's just wearing I don't know. I mean, it's only sort of a business dealing. It's not really a business dealing, right? It's just like
what if she's in a polo shirt? Like she just got back from playing polo.
Yeah, you come into the Erica's study, and she is wearing a light blouse and some slacks. Just from the look of it, they look expensive. And she is definitely taking the two of you in with a very practiced gaze.
Under her gaze, I'm just gonna straighten up a little bit more and smooth my shirt, just not in an obvious way. Just say, "Ooh," and I'm gonna look at Ronnie, see what he's doing.
I'm probably just looking around, like I maybe haven't even made eye contact with her yet. I'm just oh.
I'm gonna elbow you.
I'm pretty fixated on trying to get a shot of every wall and everything I think is interesting.
Yeah, I'm gonna nudge you, be like,
"Oh,
Ronnie, why don't we say hello to our hostess?"
Oh, hi.
And I'm saying that a little bit quieter, not like they won't hear me, but very pleased to meet you, Miss Carlyle. And I will extend my hand.
Yep, and she doesn't take your hand, but she nods in greeting to the both of you. Go ahead and roll me spot hidden.
I did not pass. My spot hidden is pretty bad.
Mine's really good. So my spot hidden is a 91. I got a 77.
You note there is a large man kind of lurking in the room just behind the two of you.
Creepy.
He's dressed in a definitely what I would call security guard suit.
Okay.
Yeah, you didn't get an extreme success, so that's all you really note. Erica looks at the two of you. Yes, I hear you are interested in my brother.
Yes, we were hoping you might be able to share some of what you know of that tragic expedition.
Everything's public. I am more interested in what Bradley tells me is you have proof that my brother might be alive.
Well, proof is a strong term. I don't know that we have any definitive proof of this, but we certainly have
suggestive evidence.
I'm like, that's not a thing. No, we do have reason to believe that your brother may not be dead. Not all his body was never recovered, correct?
That is correct.
And others were found in a very strange way. The bodies weren't decayed. Clearly something iffy is going on here, and my late husband believed that there might be something to this, and so I have a personal stake in this. My husband was brutally murdered 2 days ago, and I believe it's connected to your brother's disappearance.
How so?
Well, my husband was interested in the Carlyle expedition, was looking into all of this, and I fear that there's something, obviously, people being murdered on that expedition in general is quite sinister, but I think there's another level of sinisterness to this.
She raises an eyebrow at your curious use of language.
Yeah. I'm clearly a bit flustered, right? I don't know. I feel like perhaps my husband's death is the result of starting to get somewhere with this research. He was maybe onto somebody or something, and whoever didn't like that and wanted to get rid of him. I don't know.
So if I'm to understand this correctly, the two of you are looking into the events that led to my brother's death?
Yes. Anything you can tell us about what they were doing on that expedition, or what they were, events leading up to it? Anything interesting about the other expedition members?
If you've got some like notes, maybe kept in, I don't know, something like a safe. Would be
Her
interesting.
eyes shoot to you.
Just, making a guess here, in case, there's anything secret that you wanted to keep from most people, we're pretty trustworthy.
And the two of you are reporters.
Well, I'm a truth finder first. I'm a seeker of the truth.
What I'm just realizing is this is like the crazy aliens guy trying to do some serious investigative journalism.
Maybe that's what Ronnie's hair is. It's just like straight arms. No, it's
that,
not.
but Hugh Lowry.
Yeah. Yes. But yeah, I mean, the real, drive is our personal connection and trying to figure out, get justice for Jackson, our friend and lover. Well, not my lover, but her lover.
Well, what do you already know?
This is Anna trying to determine how much I want to reveal. I'm going to pull out the 2 letters that I shared with Bradley earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Here are the letters, the correspondence of Jackson's that we shared with Bradley earlier today. If you'd like to take a look at them yourself, and I'll pass them to her.
She reads them quickly. With your role, you note that the man is very intent watching you, not Bradley, the other man who hasn't introduced himself, as you hand it over, but kind of relaxes if you take a step back after you finish that. So as you approach Erica,
and then I step back after I've handed it to her? Yes, I do.
Let me just, okay. She takes the letters from you and looks them over. So you know the bare bones of the events, and rumors that my brother might still be alive, but it does appear that you are missing large amounts of information here.
Exactly, yeah.
What else can you share with us?
Do you know of a woman named Margaret Tenui? Tanui.
No. We don't know her.
What? I do not know what that was. Okay, hold on. Tenui?
Tanui.
Tanui. Okay.
Tenui.
Tenui. Tenui. Let's see. Margaret Tenui. I look at Ronnie, shaking my head.
No.
That name does not ring a bell, no.
That bitch was the start of this entire affair.
How so?
By affair, do you mean the expedition?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know how Roger came to meet her, but she appeared suddenly in his life, and it was like he was invigorated, and he had already been having troubles before that I recommended he speak to a doctor about, and it was during that time that I believe Tenui convinced my brother to undertake this expedition.
What kind of troubles was he having?
He experienced frequent nightmares, I guess is the best way you could put it. They were troubling him to the point where he didn't want to sleep. And I confess that I suggested he speak with a Dr. Arthur Fletcher, And I believe that Dr. Fletcher and that bitch Tanui, I believe the two of them, I believe the two of them convinced my brother that this expedition was the right thing to put his mind at ease.
Do you ever describe to you those nightmares or journal them or anything?
He never told me what his dreams were. I just know that they affected his day-to-day life, and he struggled to continue as he had been. He became a changed man.
How so? Was he acting erratically, or since the nightmares, or since he met this woman?
Well, he started acting erratically when the nightmares started. And then when he met Tanui, it became worse in a completely different way. He became far more manic and unpredictable.
Do you know what the expedition's goals were? Did he ever talk about that with you?
I don't know what the expedition's goals were. I just know it had something to do with his dreams, and Tanui claimed to be some sort of mystic, a Wiccan or something similar. You know how that is, young women pretending to be witches and things like that. Just that sort of nonsense. She convinced him into this. I don't know why or to what end, but...
Oh, so we never, out of the game, his body was never found, right? We don't know specifically how he died.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Or
correct.
if he's dead.
Or if he's dead, right. Okay.
I'm just wondering, I saw a portrait in the hallway of a family. Is that your family? Is that you and Roger as children?
Yes, and our parents.
Did they live here as
Yes.
well? Where did Roger live?
He lived here and at several penthouses that he kept throughout the city.
Did you live here as well with him, or?
Yes, it's a big place.
Okay.
So this woman, did she come back from the expedition, or is it presumed that she's murdered as well?
She was presumably murdered as well, along with the rest of them.
Do you know if her and Arthur's body were found, or was it?
No, they were not.
He never journaled or anything? He never, drew his dreams? Sometimes that's therapeutic, I hear. I don't sleep much. I wouldn't know.
If he did not leave them here.
You're sure of this?
There were several books that he was interested in that I have here. None of them contain a journal or anything similar.
What are the books about?
There are a few books of occultic nonsense. I was actually preparing to sell them, but if you're interested, I could potentially sell them to you.
Yeah, that would be great, actually. We'd be very interested in buying them.
Have you read these books?
No, I haven't. That type of stuff doesn't interest me. As I said, it's like occultic nonsense, more of the wishy-washy nonsense from Tanui and her influence over my brother. I don't wish to be reminded of that stuff in my life.
Okay. Yeah. What's the price?
I'm sure we could come to something fair. Would you care to look at the books first?
Yeah, that would be great.
She looks over at Bradley and he nods and leaves the room to presumably go and collect them. And she kind of sits back against her desk, tapping her fingers along the wood. Is there anything else I can tell you while we wait, or anything else I can help you with?
Do you have any thoughts? It says Anna.
I'm just gonna because I want to find that safe. Was I able to see it at any point?
No.
Just walk through a hall.
I know, but
No.
no open doors or anything. She's probably keeping some shit from us, right?
You can roll, if you think that,
Yeah.
you can roll me psychoanalysis.
That is a very good roll. But not psychology.
No.
It's not good enough. It's a 4 versus 1.
For some reason you think, with a roll that good, here's what I say. That guy who's kind of standing in the back, keeping an eye on everything, he's kind of got the hots for Erica, but she's like trying to read a brick wall. Just, you're getting nothing from her, but he's an open book.
He's got the hots for Erica?
Yeah, Erica Carlyle.
So, okay. That makes him an open book?
Well, No, what Brendan is saying is that you're not getting a read on Erica at all, but that guy's an open book.
Got it.
And
Okay.
something you notice is that he has the
Okay.
hots for Erica.
Yeah, sorry if that was unclear.
Okay. I was like, we can ask him questions because he thinks she's hot.
Yeah.
I mean, you could. I don't think he'd answer, but it's up to you.
Yeah. I'd love to get a tour of the place. It's such a beautiful building.
It's a late night, and I will be retiring shortly after you leave.
Certainly, I'm sorry. It's been a long day. I'm feeling a bit faint. Do you have a bathroom nearby?
Erica glances at the tall man, and he just kind of shifts over, so he's standing on the opposite side of the room and presumably has a sight line out the door and into part of the hallway. She points out towards the door and to the left, just right down the hall, the first door there.
Oh, thank you. I think I just need to splash a little water on my face or something. I feel a bit warm. And I'm gonna go the direction she pointed to, and
Okay.
I will look for the bathroom.
Yes, first door.
Okay. I'm gonna pretend to falter a little bit so I can look behind me, and I assume the guy's just staring me down.
That's correct. He's watching you.
Okay. And I'll go into the bathroom, close the door behind me.
Okay.
What does it look like in there?
Presumably this is one of the bathrooms she frequents more often with the closeness to her office. So it's, as nice as everything else in the house.
Are there any vents or anything?
Yes, but none big enough to crawl through, if that's what you're asking.
That is what I'm asking. Does it have an external entrance, like a window?
This is an inside bathroom.
Okay.
It doesn't back up to a external wall.
Okay.
If you roll, so what are you wanting to do?
I'm just trying to figure, obviously they were watching me, so I wasn't going to be able to, I was hoping they wouldn't see me and I could dip out and, look in some rooms. But that's obviously not going to work.
Yeah, so roll me spot hidden. In D&D, my favorite thing is, perception checks, and Call of Cthulhu, it's...
Spot hidden. Yeah, it's investigation a lot of the time.
And I have really good spot hidden. That's a 47 against a 91.
As you were walking out of the office, you did recognize there were a lot of security cameras in the house, and presumably someone is watching them because they were kind of turning to follow you.
Okay.
You can certainly try, but there's going to be some rolls involved.
Yeah.
And things might not go well if you fail.
Yeah. No. Well, while I'm in the bathroom, I'm going to splash some water on my face.
Okay.
So it's so there might be a little water on my shirt, just
and
not sketchy.
You kind of bend over and splash water in your face. And as you straighten back up, you see Jackson's bloody face staring at you from the mirror.
Oh.
What the fuck? And
you blink and he's gone.
I am going to obviously turn around and look around and
No, from what you saw, he was over your shoulder, and you turn and look.
Yeah.
And he's not there.
Are there any cabinets or anything in this this bathroom that...
Under the sink, yeah, but everything's pretty open.
Yeah.
It's just a single bathroom thing. So there's a toilet. There's it has a bidet. There's a nice fountain sink.
Faucet, yeah.
Yeah, fountain faucet, whatever that's called, yeah.
Okay. I am going to look under the sink. I'm just feeling like I must have seen maybe someone's messing with me. I'm going to look for cameras. It's freaking me out.
Roll me a technology. I don't know if there's a technology here. There is not. Roll me, just with your previous spot hidden, no, you don't find anything that seems like it would lend itself to some form of trickery or something like that. You don't know what just happened there.
I'm obviously a little freaked out. I'm going to wash water on my face again.
Yep.
Because clearly I'm oh gosh, I this was all a ruse, but actually maybe I do need to cool down. Mm-hmm. And so I'll wash my face again.
And as you lift back up, he's there again. And he just mouths the words, Trixie.
I'm going to try not to blink. Does he stay?
He's staying for the moment.
I'm just going to say in a very, very low voice, Jackson?
Trixie.
What's going on?
And roll me Roll me Constitution.
I was like,
And
expecting
sanity.
Sanity. Okay, there it is.
Yeah, Constitution and Sanity. Roll me Sanity and Constitution.
What does my constitution look like?
It's the CON up
It's
the
the one
top.
at the top.
All right, sanity first.
Yes.
That's a 43, and my sanity's at 45.
You just barely pass, but you do take 1 point of sanity damage there. Now for the con roll.
Oof.
It's a 92. My con is 75.
You blink, and when you open your eyes again, he's gone.
Frantically, I'm going to wash water on my face again and look up.
You do it, and you look up, and he's not there.
What the fuck?
Roll me an occult check.
Oh boy, all these rolls.
Yes. Even as someone who is supposedly making dice, I am slowly becoming more and more enamored with digital rollers.
Yeah.
It's just so much easier.
It's a 13, but I have a 5.
You feel like you might have just witnessed something, but you're not quite sure what. And the more logical side of you it's just been a long 2 days. I'm seeing things. It's all just in your head, Trixie. It's all just in your head. And what would you like to do?
I assume that with I've done this 3 times now, and I was pretty frantic the second 2 times. So I'm imagining I have a lot of water around the collar of my shirt.
Yes.
And I'm feeling a bit frazzled and everything, but I'm gonna leave the bathroom. I'm gonna try to use the hand towel to clean up water on the counter and hang it back up. And
well, the one nice thing is it's kind of one of those really expensive sinks that kind of slopes in from every direction, and there's no specific basin.
yeah,
Nice.
Yeah.
well, that is good. The one good thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and rejoin the group in the study.
Okay. You step out of the bathroom as Bradley returns with 4 books in hand.
Okay, can we real quick roleplay what was happening while she was in the bathroom?
Yes. Please.
Okay. So we're in her study, right? Is
Yep.
what you said? So I assume there's bookshelves and stuff.
There aren't really bookshelves in here. You get the sense that if there are any books in the house, they're probably kept in a separate library.
Okay.
And everything business related in here is most likely kept in secure servers that she can access through a computer in this room.
Okay.
She kind of looks not like a day trader, but she definitely does a lot of business stuff. She's got 3 very large, very high-end computer screens on her desk and a lot of paintings and things.
Are there any surfaces other than her desk?
Yeah, there's paintings all around the room. There's some comfier chairs that she might use if there's a friendlier meeting going on, which you'll notice she hasn't offered you a chair.
Are they
There's a fireplace. Go
Okay.
ahead.
So my goal, I want to try to leave my glasses here in this office.
Yeah, there would be a side table or something you could potentially leave them on.
Okay. So I'm going to offer her a cigarette and be like, while we wait, do you want one?
Please, no smoking in the
Oh,
house.
okay. Sorry. Do you mind if I take a seat while we wait? I've got arthritis in my knees.
It won't be much longer.
Okay. And tell me, what are you up to the rest of the evening? You watch any shows or anything? As I am going to casually walk backwards towards the chair.
You're just going to sit anyway. As you're walking back, the larger man kind of makes his presence a little more known, kind of using his presence to put on the idea that you shouldn't get too comfortable in the room. Definitely unbuttons his suit there, his suit jacket.
Okay. I'm like, oh, and I'll kind of go back to where I was and
yeah, there are some other tables you might be able to put it on, just maybe not by the chairs or anything.
Yeah. Okay. So, is there anything on the table?
There's a vase with some flowers, a few ornaments and stuff like that.
Okay. I'll walk over. I'd be like, what kind of flowers are these? I'm going to lift my glasses over my head like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then, kind of take them off and look at them, set them down and be like,
Roll me sleight of hand.
Well, I'm trying to like play it like.
Yeah, no, I'm aware. Roll me sleight of hand.
Okay.
This is going to be, requires some deftness.
Because it's like, I'm trying to like, oh, these are my reading glasses. I need to like, I can't see them at this distance or some bullshit. I think I put sleight of hand pretty high. No, I didn't. That's not a success at all.
What did you roll?
31 versus 10.
Oof. So you think you're pretty smooth as you take the glasses off and set them on the table. And what you feel like is one smooth motion that hopefully no one noticed and no one makes a comment.
Okay. I wasn't trying to make it like no one noticed, but like I needed to take them off to see better. And I like just put them on the table.
Gotcha.
So that I can look at them better. And then I'm pretending I like forgot I left them there.
Okay.
Yeah.
No problem.
We're about to be looking at actual books.
Yeah. I'm gonna be like, what kind of flower is this? This is really interesting. I haven't seen anything like this before.
Those look like lilies.
Oh, lilies. I'm not a botanist.
Quite. And it's at that point that Bradley and Trixie return. And Erica kind of steps aside and he sets the books on her desk for you to peruse.
All right. Yeah.
Sure.
I'm obviously looking around like a little. I would probably appear pretty on edge now.
Would you notice that she looks kind of frazzled, Ronnie?
I would probably say not.
So, the 4 tomes are there for you to look at. What would you like to do?
I guess. What are they called?
Yes. So, stepping up, you see it is a embossed leather binding, red leather, that contains a book that looks a little older than the binding it's currently contained in. Like at some point, a bookkeeper had to rebind it because the old binding was falling apart. Like you'll see they sometimes do with family Bibles and things like that. Mm-hmm. And you see embossed in gold lettering on it, the Panoptic manuscript.
I've heard that word before. Panoptic?
Yes, you have.
From, is it the book I have? He's giving me eyebrows. I don't know what they mean.
For the 2 people who happen to be listening to both the D&D podcast and the Call of Cthulhu podcast, you'll note that Sim and Mo found the Panoptic grimoire in the place under Freyhost.
What was the name of this one?
The Panoptic manuscript.
Oh my God. Is this a shared universe? Just kidding.
Ooh.
Were you going to Marvel this motherfucker?
Bum, 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 bum.
With the worst Avengers ever.
Right. Us.
So yeah. You're Hawkeye.
Yeah, I'm a hot guy. You too, buddy. Thanks.
Oh, wow.
Okay, roll me a 1d4 sanity damage, Evan.
There's no advantage or disadvantage in this game, but I can definitely make you pay.
There actually is advantage and disadvantage, but it doesn't come up often.
Word.
All right. Yeah. I'd like to flip through a few pages of that, just sort of see what I can see.
Roll me just a general library use on that one.
Can I do that too? Or like get another one or something?
Yeah, if you want to look at the next one.
Sure.
Actually, can you tell me which book you have?
The Mad Mage something or other. Was that enough information?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a 93. I even have a 75 in library use.
Wow.
Yeah, you flip through it. It definitely looks like it would require some deeper research into it to understand what's going on.
Okay.
As I look through these books, I specifically want to look for that symbol that was on that man's body who opened up a rift through time and space.
God damn it.
He says casually. I said, as I'm looking through these books, I specifically want to look for
yes.
Symbols.
So the symbol that was on,
not Mendoza, the other one.
Yeah. So the next book that you look at is in Latin. No, sorry, it's a French book called the Sélections de l'hiver d'Avion. And I'm sorry. To the guy who told me I was mispronouncing De Mendoza, no, I was not, but I definitely mispronounced that. So, yeah, this is a handwritten manuscript in decaying blue calfskin leather.
Got it. That sounds good. I actually, oh no, French is one of my languages, but it's just one. Doesn't matter.
Same.
All right. I guess I'm just I can still roll, right?
You know French?
No.
We each have a 1 in French.
Yeah.
We'll roll. Let's see what happens.
See what happens.
You might get a 1.
I did it. 54.
Okay.
What is it called, though? I want to put it in the notes. I don't want to
Yes, it's called Selections DELIVRE D''IVON. I'm not French. Don't give me shit. But thank you to our French listeners, of which we do actually have a few.
DELIV.
Sorry for butchering your language, but I am an American. I don't know what accent that was either, so I'm sure you're feeling real loved today. Yeah, with your roll, you're kind of just flipping through it and you're like, yeah, that's a book.
Okay.
Are you guys looking at the other two?
Yeah,
Yes.
for sure.
Okay. So the next one is a book called Amongst the Stones. It is a handwritten book containing poems and bound in a strange leather type material.
Leather type material?
Yes.
It doesn't look like human
that-
skin.
No.
Okay.
I was like, is that intentionally vague?
Oh, boy.
Yes, it is intentionally vague.
Can I do a leather check?
What would that be, like a nature? But it's not
You
D&D.
can do a natural world check.
Okay.
He does live in a van.
Down by the river.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah, you wouldn't know. And the next book beyond that is entitled Life as a God. And what did you roll on your natural?
Oh, 71.
Trixie, roll me natural selection when you look at the book Life as a God.
Roll me natural selection. Which one of us is going to make it?
22?
On what?
10.
Yeah, this is another real weird leather type material.
I'm like not unconvinced this isn't human skin. Ugh.
And as you look at it, you're gonna
I lick it. I'm just kidding.
take a point of sanity damage. Okay.
It's always my
I don't
answer,
like it.
isn't it?
So Erica looks at them. I don't know the significance of why these books interested my brother or so, but they were what he read the last few months he spent in New York before heading off on his damned foolish expedition.
Well, while I can't really speak to there's any of these books' significance now, if you're willing to sell them to us, I think we'll take all of them. Right now, we're looking for any kind of lead. And if this is what he was looking at leading up to that expedition, there could be something important here. How much are you asking?
I'll sell them all for 10,000.
Sold.
Bradley can take care of it, but as it stands, unless you have any more questions for me, I shall retire for the night.
Yes, no, that's fine. I'm still not feeling super well, so I think it's best we wrap up. Indeed, thank you very much for meeting with us.
Of course, and if you find any more evidence of Roger still being alive, please get in contact with Bradley, and I really would appreciate knowing.
Certainly.
If you learn anything as well, feel free to contact us. Trixie, you have cards?
Oh, yeah, of course. And I fumble around in my bag and pull one out and hand it.
The man who's kind of been lurking around takes it and just pockets it.
If anything comes to mind, or feel like sharing anything, maybe you didn't share with us.
Of course. As it stands, good night, and I wish you a safe drive back to New York.
Thank you.
Thank you. Enjoy your evening.
She leaves the room. The large man kind of stays behind, and Bradley helps you carry the books out back to the Tesla Pen 15.
Mm-hmm.
Love that car.
Well, it's a real classy car.
Yeah, so I'm just going to make a proclamation right now. The leather of it, you know how sometimes they'll do little designs in leather and stuff? And like alternating carpet designs where they'll like do little things that all kind of match together in geometric shapes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like tiny little penises all over.
I know
on
what
the
a penis
seats
looks
and
like.
stuff.
Did you say wait, what was that last thing you said? I said I know what a penis looks like.
I didn't say anything after that.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we like spoke at the same time.
No, that was just you saying you know what a penis
Well,
looks
yeah,
like,
it's
which
like-
I'd really hope so.
Well, yeah, I've got a penis.
He's ashamed to let people know.
But I don't think that your poor rules
Yeah. It's not
It-
because of my unfamiliarity with the
penis.
penis.
It was your unfamiliarity with
No,
the,
this was just making some more deep lore
Oh.
into the world building.
Got it.
Not Evan or Ronnie recognizing something new about the car.
or the book.
No, the car is what's got the penis
Oh, I
in
thought
the
it was
leather.
one of the books.
I
The
thought you
covers
said
of
the
books.
leather of the books.
Yeah,
did
that's what I
that.
thought you said too.
The leather of the car.
Oh, like in the car.
Yeah, as a pen
on the
15.
Oh, got it.
seats.
Okay.
Yeah, in the
That
seats
makes so much
has
more sense.
engravings of the penis done.
Got it.
Not engravings, but like little outlines done in the sewing of it.
It's like one of those things where they fit into each other perfectly,
Mhm.
right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so
That makes so much more sense. I was like, why does one of his books have penises on it?
I'm probably just going to cut that. Anyway, you get in the car with your 4 new, very expensive books. And what would you like to do?
Okay. Trixie, I left my glasses there. We should just like drive around the block and I need just be like, come back. I got to get my glasses back. Cause I think I wanted to see if they like say anything about it right after we leave, you know?
And you recognize that she actually left before you did.
Oh, she did.
Yeah, she bid you goodnight and then
Mhm.
stepped out of the room.
Oh, well, if I saw that, can we retcon and say if I saw that, I would have been like, I would have just left.
Yeah,
then?
that's no problem.
Okay. Damn it. All right.
So what did you do? You grabbed him actually?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay. Well, hopefully these books lead somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry. I really don't feel very well.
Okay.
Okay. Ronnie, listen. Never mind. Let's just go back to Kyle's place. It's okay. The car can drive itself.
Okay.
And I'm gonna have
Ronnie's just super uninterested in asking what that's about.
and I'm gonna set the car to drive and just start like flipping through the books, but like
Yeah, is there a particular one that you're looking at?
Life is a God.
It is an English copy of a book. Are you just kind of flipping through the pages?
Yeah, like
Roll me library use, please.
I guess I'd be flipping through one too. I'm a little worried.
You should be.
that's a 95. So no.
Actually, instead of what I said, I want to be like, hey, are you sure? Let's not read these. Maybe you should let me read these.
What? And I, with my 95, I'm very clearly distracted. And so it's like I'm flipping through them, but I'm really not taking in any information.
Mhm.
My mind is clearly elsewhere. And Ronnie, what? What are you talking? Why? What?
I just, these books kind of remind me of some other books. I don't know. I'm just a little worried about books.
Ronnie, you're worried about books. What are you even talking? I really can't do this right now. It's
Yeah.
not a big deal,
Why
dude.
not-
It's just books.
Why don't you
It's
just,
just books.
why don't you just close your eyes?
Are you still flipping through as you're talking to him and saying that?
Yes.
You stop at a page and your eyes kind of read over it. And this is what you hear. Its external angles were magnificent and most strange by their hideous beauty. I was enraptured and enthralled, and I thought myself of the daylight fools who adjusted the housing of this room as mistaken. I laughed for the glory they missed. Through the twisted door to the jeweled throne of darkness, I came with all severance and humility, to gaze upon scenes of celestial majesty and rebirth. When the 6 lights were lit and the great words said, then he came. in all the grace and splendors of the higher planes, and I longed to sever my veins so that my life might flow into his being and make part of me a god.
We have that note, right?
No.
Oh. Well.
I might have accidentally sent it, but if you do,
did.
now you do.
Yeah, okay. Yes.
You didn't have it before.
So, okay. Then I'm going to...
Which is... No, keep it now.
Yeah, I'm just going to move it to down here.
My bad.
Okay.
I'm glad it was that and not something else.
Yeah, because look, we got it anyways. So I hear this. I'm not reading these words on the page. I'm when I turn to this page, I hear it.
You read it.
Oh, I read it. Okay.
And the world kind of shudders before you just for a moment.
I'm going to look at Ronnie. Is he reacting in any sort of way?
Are you reacting in any sort of way to
Did
her
I-
reading a book?
Did I read it or was it just her?
She's the only one who knows that at the moment.
Okay. I'm just hey, and I put my hand over it. I'm seriously.
I shake my head
Whoa.
trying to shake a feeling. Did you feel that?
Maybe, do you need, just close your eyes. It's going to be okay. All right. And I'm going to try to slowly take the book from her.
No. And I'm trying to hold the page that I was on before you close it. No, you have to read this.
I'll read it.
No, you have to read it now.
Okay, I'll read it now. All right, you have to let me take it though.
No, I'm no. You think no?
What's going on?
This is I don't know. I feel weird.
I'll read it. Okay, just let go of the book.
I feel like you're gonna close it. You have to read this page.
I'll read the book. I'm gonna read. I've read. My whole reason for taking this from you is so that I can read it, and not you.
Are you deceiving her?
No, I'm not.
Huh. Persuade.
No.
What did you roll?
40 versus 10.
Okay. It's just not going your way tonight.
It's not. No, these type of rolls are not good for me, the social ones.
Makes sense for Ronnie.
Yeah.
No, I want to make sure. No.
I've already read this type of shit. I've already fucked up my life because I read something. Don't let this happen to you. All right?
I've already. You have to look at this part. Look at it.
I'll look at it. Okay?
I don't believe you.
Don't make me tell you what to do.
That's dark. Holy shit.
Ronnie, roll me a sanity damage, please.
What do I roll?
D4. No, roll sanity. So, D100.
That's exactly the same. That does not pass. 40 versus 30.
Yeah, roll me a 1D4.
1.
Lose 1 point of sanity, please. Trixie, do you understand what he said?
I feel like I do. And I'm very put off by that.
What do you do in response?
I'm
going to pull the book to me.
Trixie, I'm just
and
trying.
I can't back away too much like we're sitting in a car, but I'm going to
Trixie, I'm just trying to help you, please.
That's fucked up, man.
I know. Okay, I'm sorry.
Roll psychology. Trixie.
No.
That's a 90 against a 30.
You can't tell if he's telling the truth or not there.
That he would use it or not? Or that he's actually going to read it?
That he's sorry.
That he's sorry.
Or that he would use it or not. Or anything in general, really, with that whole interaction. You're out of it.
I'm sorry. I don't know how to be a friend. I'm just trying to help, okay? Here, you can hold on to it. But please don't read anymore right now. You're looking a little frazzled. So I don't know what came over me.
It's okay. It's okay. Just okay. I won't look at the book right now.
Okay, we can talk about this later.
Being really weird about books.
I told you about what happened with the last book.
It's not the same book.
Twilight?
It's not the same book, but the guy who read these went insane. Trixie, you gotta know I'm just doing this for you. I'm already I'm halfway there. Just let me be the guy.
I already feel like I'm going insane.
I know. That's exactly it.
No, you don't know.
Okay.
You don't know. Do you know what I saw in the bathroom? I saw Jackson. Jackson was there. No, not just in my mind's eye or whatever. Like I was daydreaming about him, or he died 2 days ago and we went to his funeral earlier today and I'm like thinking about him, sort of saw him. I saw him. He spoke to me. He was in the mirror.
Blood was dripping from the wound in his forehead. That strange eye.
Yeah.
He said my name.
I know.
No. You don't know.
Okay, I don't know.
You don't know.
This is why I don't want you to read anymore.
This is before I read anything. I was washing my face and I looked up and there he was. And then he was gone. And then I washed my face again because obviously I was freaked out. And I looked up and there he was again. And he said my name. And I spoke to him. And then he disappeared. And then I tried it again and he didn't come back. But he was there. I don't know what's going on, but it was him.
Okay.
And
try to get.
We have to read these books. What if Jackson isn't actually dead? You know, like
Trixie.
Like Roger isn't necessarily dead. Maybe Jackson isn't actually dead either. Like I spoke to him. You know.
Let's get some rest.
Okay, but I think it's worth considering. Like, what if he's not dead? That maybe that wasn't him. Maybe it was just someone who kind of looked like him on my living room floor, you know?
Then why did he appear to you if it wasn't Jackson?
I don't know. I think the guy in the mirror was Jackson, but are we sure that the guy on my living room floor was Jackson? Like, maybe it wasn't.
This is called the denial stage. Mixed with insanity. Okay, I hear ya. We can look into it. We'll figure it out. That's why we're doing this, all right?
Okay.
We're gonna get to the bottom of it.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you promise?
Yeah.
Okay.
I promise that we'll get to the bottom of it. Absolutely.
And I'll set the book back on the stack with the other books.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna I'm gonna look out the window, and just like sort of stare at the passing of the trees until I assume I sort of fall asleep.
Do you want to go check on that?
I don't know what that was.
I think that was a cat knocking something over.
Or them just jumping down off of something.
Jumping down off of shit. It's fine.
Okay. So, as you drive back to New York, are you heading back to Kyle's place?
Yeah. That's sort of our home base now, I think.
Okay. You head back to Kyle's apartment, and are you doing anything else that night, or just going to bed?
I'm probably just going straight to bed. Like I'm like not in a good place.
Yeah, clearly.
All right.
After I want to like, how do I want to do this? No, I don't want to do this. I'm going to wait till she falls asleep, and then I'm going to get up and I now want to start looking through those books myself instead.
All right. Which of the 4 books would you like to look at?
What were the titles again?
We have, and forgive me if I get any of these wrong, the Panoptic Manuscripts, Sélections des livres d'avion. Fuck if I know.
Livre.
Fuck that. Amongst the Stones, and Life as a God.
I'll do the first one, the Panoptic.
Go ahead and roll a... Yeah, 15th century English should be... Let me see when we started speaking modern English.
Well, Elizabethan English was in the late 15, early 1600s at least, because that's when Shakespeare was writing.
Yeah, you're gonna fucking have to roll for this, because this isn't translated Shakespeare. This is early modern English, which is... Thine eyes I low, and they as pitying me. And you're not seeing it all written out. This is
right
out there.
Okay.
Roll me early modern English on a 1d100. You don't have the skill, you're going to write it down as a language you're about to start learning.
90.
Yeah. So you're able to decipher a few bits here and there. Currently, your skill is 1%.
Okay.
You are just a little freaked out by what you're seeing. It's disquieting and familiar to that book that you stole from the Miskatonic University.
Mm-hmm.
And because of your low roll, you don't lose any sanity, but you definitely feel something kind of just crawling and watching you.
Okay.
Trixie.
Mm-hmm.
You are surrounded by nude men and women, all wearing strange headdress, all chanting in a foreign tongue. A tall white man with fine hair, naked, steps forward and intones a different chant in an unknown but most vile tongue, quietly at first and then with growing volume. Strangely, you find yourself joining in the chant, the words joyously tumbling forth from your lips. And suddenly, you are gripped by a terrible pain. Throwing up your arms, you see the people melt away. You collapse to the floor, overwhelmed by painful convulsions. Just as quickly, the pain fades, and a new joy is felt, as is a great hunger. A group of 3 shackled men are brought forward, and you feel yourself rise up on a great black column that was once your body, your jaw opening ever more widely as your meal, for that is what they are, screams. As you swallow, you feel their faces somehow joining your own, and you see with their eyes. And I need you to give me a sanity.
Is this a dream?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, that is a 41, and I have 44.
Oh, wow. Nice.
You take 1 point of sanity.
Do I wake up?
You do. And you see Roni reading.
Has he not noticed me at all?
He was reading.
Did I convulse at all in my sleep?
He was reading. He didn't notice.
Okay. Am I like sweating?
You're drenched in sweat.
Yeah. Roni, what are you doing?
You hear a smack closed, and it's like, hey, just hanging out, having trouble sleeping.
Me too. I'm gonna go take a shower. And I'm gonna go take a shower.
Yeah, you don't even care that Kyle's the one asleep in the master bedroom. You just push in and head to the bathroom.
Yep.
And yeah, as the water starts to cascade over you, that's where we're going to end for tonight.
Yup. Oof.
Oof, indeed.
Thank you so much to listening to episode 17 of our Masks of Nyarlathotep campaign. I have been Brendan, your keeper, with Evan as Roni McMurray and Anna as Trixie Carnahan. If you've liked what you heard, we always appreciate hearing from our fans at @WhatRulesPod on Twitter or whatrulespod@gmail.com. And alternatively, you can also leave a review for us on whatever podcast app you're listening to. We always appreciate that, and it helps other listeners find us. Our D&D campaign will be next week, followed by our next Call of Cthulhu episode. But until then, bye.
Sweet dreams
are made of this.
Yikes.